You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early edition spoilers for Monday, March 11th through Friday, March 15th. There is so much to unpack. We have people fighting for their lives. We have the ripple effects from the return of Jason Morgan as word spreads that he is indeed back to Port Chuck. I got so much to unpack to tell you about. If you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And if you are a regular General Hospital listener here, you will know always on the early editions, I give you quick run through of the spoilers for the rest of this week to set you up for all the spoilers for next week. With that in mind, we begin on Wednesday, March 6th. Ava Jerome heads over to Damian Spinelli's apartment. Remember, Sonny asked her to go over, look at the footage, get me a copy of the footage before the FBI comes and seizes everything. Spinelli's completely shocked that Ava is there. He doesn't quite believe she's there representing Sonny, but she convinces him. They watch the footage and they are completely shocked to see Jason Morgan. Spinelli is going to be stunned to see stone cold on the footage. I doubt they are going to see him helping Dante. It looks like the cameras were more on the warehouse and the roof, so they may not know what Jason's role is in this and whether he can be trusted. Anna grills Jocelyn and Dex because they found Dante. They found the field dressing on him where Jason had taken off his sweatshirt and tied up that chest wound. I do have to say, you notice Dante was in a vest, and they must have been using armor-piercing rounds, which, you know, that's really only supposed to be for military use, I believe. I'm not an armaments expert, but I don't think random people are supposed to have armor-piercing rounds, but that makes sense if they've been shooting at mob bosses who might actually be in vests, or their bodyguards might be in Kevlar vests. So kind of an interesting note, because he took 2 in the chest, right in the vest, and he's still bleeding. I wonder if they're going to bring up the ammunition thing. We'll see. Sonny reconnects with Olivia Falconeri at the hospital. She is not happy Dante has been shot, and she wants to know if this is Sonny's fault. Cody spends time with Sasha. They each have a confession to make to each other. Alexis Davis is feeling off kilter. She is not happy about working with Nina Reeves. And as I said, even though people doubted me, Jason was indeed shot. That guy, the other guy that was working with him, the actual sniper, got off a shot at Jason as Jason shot him. Their guns went off at the same time, but Jason didn't recoil when he was shot because he was so busy focusing on Dante. It's like he was in an adrenaline rush and he didn't let himself feel the pain until he knew the EMTs were coming, and then he ran away, and then we saw the blood on his hand, and he was indeed shot like in the abdomen, maybe in the flank, and I believe he is headed to see Liz Weber. We'll see how that goes. Thursday, March 7th, Maxie Jones is completely shocked about something. Ava and Sonny have a very loaded moment. Could this be something more? I am feeling this relationship develop between them. I know some people have said in the comments they don't see the chemistry, they don't see the sizzle. I see it every time they're together. They are getting closer. They are turning to each other. They are protecting each other. She has his back. He has her back. This is headed somewhere, I believe. Meanwhile, Laura Spencer comforts someone. I don't know if it's Heather, if it's Olivia, maybe it's her brother whose life she just saved. I think something is wrong with Heather, and I'm a little worried there might be some sort of outbreak in Port Charles, which is kind of good because maybe they're going to thin the herd because we've got too many cast members right now. So it seems like it's time for something to break out and them to just take out a handful of people. We'll see how it goes. Carly and Drew Cain have their hands full and are juggling a bunch of stuff. And Brooklyn Quartermain opens up to Jordan Ashford, which is kind of interesting. We're going to end this week on Friday, March 8th with Alexis venting to Diane. Certainly it must be about Nina. Speaking of Nina, Nina corners Ava, and I'm sure she's going to have some things to say. Sonny gets an update on Jagger's FBI investigation into the mob shooting. Carly is stunned. I'm sure she's either going to see Jason or find out he's back. That's going to change everything for her. And Michael Corinthos presses on Dex to stay in Port Charles. He doesn't care that Sonny wants him gone. Carly also has a moment of stress this week. Anna and Jagger come to see her, and Drew is going to have a tense moment with Danny. Remember, Danny's vaping. There's just that whole thing. That takes us into the week of March 11th through 15th, where we have fallout from a recent event continues. Obviously, that recent event is Dante's shooting, Jason's return, the whole mob boss assassin thing, everything and everyone converging at the warehouse, Jagger trying to take Sonny into custody, and Ava, and just, it's such a mess, and lots of ripple effects from Jason's stunning return. Nina is very unhappy that recent events have Sonny getting closer to Ava and further from her. Alexis is still struggling to deal with Nina's ongoing presence and her big ideas on how she can improve the invader. Brooklyn Quartermain's wedding date nears. I have had people ask me, when is the wedding occurring? As of, I think, like 2 weeks ago, I was hearing that it was getting ready to film, but hadn't filmed yet. So I think it is going to be maybe by the end of this month. We'll see how that goes. And I think Drew soon is going to be worrying about losing Carly, because Jason's return should have him concerned. Check out the video I posted earlier today about some spoilers tied to Jason's return, because one of them is about Laura Wright talking about Carly and Carly's deep bond with Jason and how his return changes things, and how there are some people who are not going to understand their bond. And I feel like she might have been speaking about Carly's boyfriend, Drew. So with Dante, he is in critical condition. We are still going to be looking at a life and death situation for him. Is he getting a funeral or a medal? There is a behind the scenes photo of him. It was in this video about Jason being back, about Steve Burton's first day filming on set. And Dominic Zamprogna is dressed up in Dante's dress blues. You wear those dress blues when you get promoted, when you get a medal, when there's another officer's funeral, or if you are being buried as an officer who died in the line of duty. There was a rumor a while back that Dom Zamprogna might be leaving. I didn't believe it. I told you guys here about the leak, but I said I didn't believe it at the time. I wasn't quite sure about it, and I definitely hope it's not going that way, but we just have to cross our fingers, hold our breath, wait and see. Sonny is not going to like finding out that Dex is still in town and is refusing to leave, and that Michael is shielding him. And of course, we have Jason recovering from a wound from the mob assassin shootout, and he is arrested for his role in the shooting, even though he didn't fire a gun. The question is, will he be arrested this week, or will that spill over into next week? We will find out soon. Those are all of the early weekly spoilers I have for you for General Hospital. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Drop your comments on what you're excited to see next week, how you are liking this whole Jason return thing. I can't wait to read your comments. Come back soon. We are here talking General Hospital 7 days a week. And as always, I am Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.